So I put in my 2 week notice at the job that I prayed for because the anxiety and depression from applying to jobs, getting rejection after rejection, and having $100 in my bank account was more desirable than the Sunday scaries. Hear me out. So if you've been following me, I am a social worker in the state of Louisiana, a recently licensed master social worker, passed that exam on the first try. But anyway, yeah, I was having a hard time finding a job, even with being provisionally licensed at the time and having 3 degrees. Getting rejection after rejection, or getting offered jobs where they wanted 10 years experience, a master's degree, but only wanted to pay $15 an hour. Again, I'm in Louisiana, so yeah. In April, I was offered a job, and honestly, it wasn't the desired population. If you know, with social work, I think it is one of those things, or with any industry, you should be very mindful of the environment or the population that you're serving, because quite honestly, it's not fair to you or your clients if you're working in a field that's just not desirable to you. Couldn't find anything, and I was offered this job and the salary was decent for Louisiana. So I took it and I was very happy, very appreciative. Girl, just so excited that I did not have to sit on Indeed, LinkedIn, whatever all day, go to these interviews and get rejected. But child, just to be completely honest, the job description and what I was told was not what I experienced. And working with individuals thinking that it's one thing and it's a little bit more intense, but that pay is not as intense, it just wasn't working for me. For the last 2 months, I have been completely depleted. I cry on my way home. I cry on my way to work. I have zero energy for my child. I have not been able to be in my creative bag. I can feel it in my body. And if you know, this may make sense to you too. The job is starting to make me ugly. The older I get, the more I recognize that personally, I do not thrive in chaos. I am going to work every day and my brain is mush. I am so overwhelmed, so overworked, yeah. So I decided to put in my 2 weeks. I don't have a backup plan. I don't have a huge savings. I don't know what's about to happen. But what I do know is I have to do what I have to do for me. And in this situation, that's choosing me. I refuse to let a job beat me down. So yeah, I am hoping that I find something as soon as possible. I'm going to take y'all on that journey with me. I'm hoping to get back into my creative bag. But girl, it's so crazy because after I made that decision, it's Sunday and I don't feel the scaries.
Welcome back to our channel, AI Crystal. To all our returning subscribers, we see you, we appreciate you, and we're so glad you're here. If you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe so you never miss a critical take on the world around us. Today we're diving deep into a growing trend that's shaking up the American workforce in 2025. People quitting their jobs without a plan. No backup job. No business lined up. Just done. But what's really behind this bold, or some might say reckless, decision? Let's be real, burnout is at an all-time high. Despite companies touting mental health awareness, many workers feel like cogs in a machine. Long hours, stagnant wages, and toxic management are pushing people to say, "I'd rather have nothing than this." But quitting without a plan? That's a signal of desperation, not laziness.
Having a good work environment will literally make or break your mental health, bro. Like, I quit my job 2 weeks ago and I have not complained at all about my new job. Like, I genuinely don't be angry having to get up and go to work. Like, I enjoy going to work. Not in the sense of, oh, I love working, but like, it's not a, oh, God, why? And I think for me, it's actually helping my mental health that I'm working this morning job because it's forcing me to have to get a good night's sleep, which I've been getting. But it's like when you know you don't work till 4 o'clock every day or 2 o'clock every day, you gonna stay up all night or you're gonna bullshit, stay on the phone all night. So if you're thinking about quitting your job because your mental health is being affected, this is your motherfucking sign. Do it. I cannot complain because I found a work culture and a place that really values their employees and really wants us to come to work. Quit that job if it's fucking with your motherfucking mental health. I'm telling you.
I quit my job recently and I'm moving back home to live with my parents, which is not something I thought I would ever say, especially at the age of 34 years old. But, you know, I thought I was gonna fly the coop and stay flown, stay gone. But no, here we are. Here we are, and I'm like, please let me come home. Because I'm exhausted, guys. I know we're all exhausted. This world we live in is terrifying, it's scary, and it's expensive. And I have been a career-oriented, and if you know me, you know I have been working 50, 60 hours a week forever. Essentially, since I entered the workforce, I have been working that hard. And I've just been climbing the ladder, just trying to get my way to the top, trying to get that bag. And I'm done. I'm done for a little while. I need a little nap. I need to take a little break. I'm gonna make a garden in my parents' backyard. I've got my sourdough starter already going. Her name's Dochi. And I'm gonna get a dog because right now I currently pay $3,000 to live in an apartment underneath a woman who hates joy and doesn't let me have a dog. So, I think this is going to be a good thing for me. The astrologer said 2025 was going to be my year as a Gemini. I was going to really thrive in my career. And I'm just going to interpret that as I'm going to lay dormant so that I have the energy to thrive in my career later, because right now is not it. And I have to say, I do feel very fortunate, and I am very fortunate that I have a place I can go while I'm dealing with all of this, because I feel a little and that my parents love me and they're letting me come back home. That's so lucky. I'm so lucky. Even though it feels sad, I love my apartment. I love my own space. I have loved building everything in this apartment, all of my antiques everywhere, all my clothes, everything. I have built this space out, and I'm sad to say goodbye, but I gotta go. And so I think we should just normalize living with our parents whenever we want to. Why not? Why not? Because it's rough out there.
In 2025, if you hate your job, quit. That's the message. That's what life feels like right now. If you hate your job, quit. Nobody got time to be dealing with your attitude because you hate your job. Be happy. Quit. Find another job. Immediately. Because in 2025, all we have is peace and love, child. Peace and love.
So I've seen a lot of posts going around about people quitting their job without a backup plan. I just quit my job, no backup plan because that was toxic. Let me tell you something right now. Look at me in the eyes. Do not quit your job without a plan. I'm not going to call it a backup plan. I'm going to call it a plan. Okay? All these people on social media that tell you that they have no backup plan probably have a trust fund. They probably have somebody that is willing to pay their rent for 6 months while they figure things out. Nobody truly quits without a plan of some kind. I promise you. This is one of the dangerous things about social media is people just say things not realizing that their circumstances are not going to apply to everybody. All right. What I'm telling you is going to apply to everybody unanimously. Do not quit your job without an escape route. You are a prisoner. You need to be plotting your escape. So I'm not telling you not to quit your job. I'm not telling you not to pursue your dreams. I'm not telling you to stay in a toxic environment. That's not what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is that you need to stay where you are, collect the paychecks for as long as you possibly can, save up as much money as you possibly can, and start planning your escape. Come up with a plan that once I am unemployed, once I am gone from this job, this is what I know I'm going to be working at, and this is how financially I'm going to be able to support myself until I get there. All right? That is the message. Now, I just quit my job with no backup plan other than my parents to pay my rent for the next 12 months. Do not quit your job. Plan your escape. That is my message.
Since 2020, the 9-to-5 grind has lost its appeal. Remote work gave people a taste of freedom, and returning to cubicles feels like a step backward. Americans are reevaluating what success means. Is it climbing a corporate ladder, or reclaiming time, peace, and autonomy? Some are leaving jobs without a plan but with a hope. A hope to launch a side hustle, become a content creator, start freelancing, or trade crypto. The gig economy is booming, but let's not romanticize it. It's unstable. There's no healthcare, no guaranteed income, and burnout just looks different. Here's the contradiction: people are quitting despite rising living costs. Inflation in 2025 has made housing, food, and healthcare more expensive than ever. So why leave a steady paycheck? For some, it's about dignity. For others, it's because even that paycheck wasn't enough to live decently. This trend is a symptom of a deeper issue, a labor system that doesn't work for everyone. Quitting without a plan isn't just a personal risk, it's a protest. A refusal to play by rules that benefit corporations while workers get crumbs. What do you think? Is this brave, reckless, or necessary? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you found this breakdown helpful or thought-provoking. And as always, shout out to our loyal subscribers for keeping this community strong. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and stay critical. This is AI Crystal signing